Stand up, turn around, say hello to everybody's online, and then let's sing our opening song. Hello. Let's hit it hard. Hit it hard. Look at there. Ready? 1, 2, 3.
Are people supposed to stand up and let's sing? Victoria and Sylvia, you want to stand up here and sing with me? You know you'd like to. They like to do that.
They do like to do that.
Yeah, they do.
I think, hello, is this mic working on? Not yet?
Need the portable mic on. It's on now.
Okay, somebody can sing music.
Share. I release and I let go. I let the Spirit run my life, and my heart is open wide. Yes, I'm only here for God. No more trouble, no more strife. With my faith I see the light. I am free in the Spirit. Yes, I'm only here for God. I release and I let go. I let the Spirit run my life, and my heart is open wide. Yes, I'm only here for God. No more struggle, no more strife. With my faith I see the light. I am free in the Spirit. Yes, I'm only here for God. I am free in the Spirit. Yes, I'm only here for God.
I know we do our best.
You do a good job.
We do good together.
I think you do. Yay. I'm glad you're there.
We're back. We're back.
Oh, good morning, everybody. It's supposed to cool down to 76 today. I think it'll be perfect, right? Another beautiful day in San Diego. Let's welcome Lesley Alexander today. Yeah. Right now. We'll let the sun come out. So we're going to go into a meditation, and Mama is our practitioner today. It's all yours. You can adjust that if you need to.
You are dreamt by the unseen. You are a spark of the great mystery. You are a living ember from the earth's own dreaming. You are not separate from this weaving of life. You are an important thread in the tapestry of unending creation. What you plant in the invisible takes root in the visible. During our time of silent meditation, I invite you to reflect on these words. God is, and God is all there is. That one divine creative spark within you and within me. That spark that brings peace, compassion, and a self-love for you that extends out to all the beings in this universe. The divine is like a river that runs through you. It is ever present. It is never low on water. It is ever available. And when we go down to that river to drink, we become stronger and satisfied with our connection to the divine. Today, you are in a safe place. The origin of the word sanctuary means safe, and you are safe here. This place at home, this community, your friends, everyone online, is a place where you are sincerely loved for the authentic person that you are. I can feel that love today. I'm so grateful to be here. I invite you to really connect and feel that love today. I look forward to the wisdom of Reverend Dr. Suzette, whose words take us through the next days and onward to a deeper connection to the divine. And the music. The music we have here is absolutely the best. Simply put, music can heal the soul. I'm thankful for the technology today that brings us together as a community, for Martin's skills and his faithfulness. Whether you're sitting right here in front of me, you're online, or you watch this video months from now, you are an important part of this community. Please remember that we are all united through the truth, through the spirit, and through the service of people who make everything run smoothly here. I allow the day to just unfold and happen graciously. I wouldn't want to be anywhere else but here. Please know that you are loved and feel the love today. I just allow everything to flow. I allow myself to align with that, and I just let it be so. And join me in saying, and so it is. And now, let's turn up the love for Lesley Alexander.
Here's an old song, perfect for San Diegans to sing. So please join me and sing along with me this song that at least half of you will know. Blue skies smiling on me, sing along. There's nothing but blue skies do I see. Bluebird singing a song. There's nothing but bluebirds all day long. Well, I never saw the sun shining so bright. I never saw things going so right. I'm noticing the days hurrying by. When you are loved, my how they fly. Those blue days, all of them gone. There's nothing but blue skies from now on. Well, I never saw the sun shining so bright. I never saw things going so right. I'm noticing the days hurrying by. When you are loved, my how they fly. Those blue days, all of them gone. skies from now on. There's nothing but blue skies from now on.
Right. Yeah. You guys are pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh my goodness. I won't make you guys get up and speak today. I'm going to do it instead. How's that? How are you? Good. As I'm driving over here, I'm thinking, I haven't been here for 2 weeks.
Wow.
Yeah, I went to Hawaii.
Where were you?
Kauai. And you'll get to hear a little bit about that today.
Where's your suntan?
You know, I had to wear black because getting old. Not old. Smart. Okay, thanks. Okay, well, today you wanted to hear this talk. I am sure of that. I'm going to see if I can go backwards. Yes. Self-doubt as a starting block. How many people have self-doubt? Oh, my God. Well, you have a lot to learn today because we're going to talk about what does that look like. And I don't know about you, but I learned to grow. When I grew up as self-doubt, it was really critical. Anybody here critical? I'm going to teach you a new part of that. But we're going to start out first with the definition. I always love definitions. The definition of self-doubt sounds like self-doubt. Self-doubt is a mental state characterized by lack of confidence in one's own ability, decisions, or worth, often manifesting as uncertainty regarding personal competence. It is a fearful, often irrational, inner voice questioning one's value or actions. Key examples include imposter syndrome, procrastination, self-handicapping, and a constant need for reinsurance. I grew up with that. Did you grow up with that? Yep. Yeah. And I'm surprised it's still there because there are a lot of spiritual ways to look at this, and today we're going to look at it from a spiritual perspective opposed to this. I mean, it has its place, but I like this better. It says, at the bottom of a great doubt lies great awakening. If you doubt fully, you will awaken fully. Attributed to, I can't say his name properly, but Hakuin Ikayu, whatever. This Zen teaching signifies that profound questioning of reality, self, and belief is necessary to shatter the illusions and achieve genuine spiritual insight, rather than accepting unthinking certainty. In other words, instead of thinking the old way, it's like there's something new happening here. You know, I do my talks and I go, what else do I need to say? And so I've been turning to Ernest Holmes, who happens to be our founder, right? And I have a couple quotes I want to read to you guys. It says here, never, and this is on page 187 of the Science Mind textbook. It says, never limit your view of life by any past experience. And I'm going to give you one of my past experiences so you can see how it's been playing out in my life. The possibility of life is inherent within the capacity to imagine what life is, backed by the power to produce this imaginary or divine imagination. It's not a question of failing or succeeding. It's simply a question of sticking to an idea until it becomes tangible reality. You stay with it. You don't give up on it. I think our tendency is to give up on it, and then we go back to the old way. The illusion is in the way we look at things. We have looked at poverty, degradation, and misery until they have assumed gigantic proportions. Right? Yeah, big time. Now we must look at harmony, happiness, plenty, prosperity, peace, and right action until they appear. All those words up there those are all principles that we can live by just focusing on it. It's so interesting. I've been in conversation with somebody that looks the old way, and it's so hard for me because I have moved to the other side. It's hard to hear all of that. But then I know that that's healing going on. It has to be said, and we have people in our lives like that. It sometimes has to be said that way. But I always shift to the other side, which is there's possibilities, and more going on. One more. And this will make sense as we go through the talk. It says, if one would take time once a day at least, just once a day, to let go of all that is not true and lay hold of reality. Let go of doubt, distrust, worry, condemnation, and fear, and lay hold of life in its expressions of beauty, truth, wholeness. Mental congestion would be healed. Keep the mind and body open to the reception of truth. It's interesting, when I was becoming a practitioner, I was like, I didn't understand a word he said. I was like, what are you talking about? And then we did this exercise, and I'll do this at the end of my talk, it's like, we think this way, what is the opposite of that? What is the opposite of that? And focus on the thing that's positive, that's good, that's true. See, the thing is, when we have stuff going on inside of us and we're hiding it, we are actually in the place where our spiritual life begins. So when we ignore part of ourselves, it's like, I'll use my back, okay? It's been a pain in my back, literally. And I can't tell you how many people have said to me, well, is it time for you to let go of that job? Seriously, people who barely I walk with, and they go, have you thought maybe this might be time to retire and do something else that you like? And I'm like, see, in the back row even. So my point is, I'm now going, oh, maybe I need to listen to this. And I have been thinking about it myself, too. So it's like, it's not new, but it's like, oh, that's a spiritual awareness that I need to pay attention to. Instead of going, well, it's just going to be like this forever and ever and ever. Because I don't want it to be like that. Can we turn the air on? It's a little warm in here. Thank you.
For you, yes.
Thank you so much, because I'm heating up. So we're going to talk about divine doubt. Not as something that's fixed. It's not there all the time. But something that we have to understand what it really means. Because doubt is not the opposite of faith. Think about that. It's not the opposite. It's really a doorway to deepen our way into understanding and realizing something possible. Doubt is just like many of us have like triggers. It's like, oh, that's a word I need to just let me think about that differently, or look at it differently, and not be caught on that I'm in doubt of this. It's something that, to me, it's like meeting somebody and you say to them, do you have doubt about that? And they go, oh, no, I'm fine. What do you think? I have to go, no, there's something going on there. I don't need to push them on it or make them think about it, but maybe just be present so that they could talk about it. They could allow that to unfold and not be afraid of it. Howard Thurman says this. He says, there is a danger when our commitment becomes more important than what we are committed to. We can become so fixed, so certain, so driven that we lose compassion, lose perspective, and even lose our humanity. Even on the spiritual path, we can become rigid, certain, and closed. And in that certainty, we may actually move further from the truth. It's like people's opinions become truth. That's not necessarily true. Anyway. Bottom line is, doubt is really the beginning of an awakening. It's something that's really going on within us. And Ernest Holmes also says this. He says, our mind must be steady in its conviction that our life is some part of God. Not because something is wrong, but because something is unfolding. I liked Ernest Holmes today. He's this nice guy. Anyway, in the Science of My textbook, it says, when we use our creative imagination in strong faith, you really got to really believe this stuff. It will create for us out of the one substance, that's I mean out of everything, whatever we have formed in thought. In this way, and he says man, but I say we, become a co-creator with God. There will never be an end to any of the eternal versities like truth, love, beauty. There will never be an end to God, nor to any of the attributes which are eternal and coexist with God. All those things that are out there. If we are wise, we shall cultivate a faith in the realities. This is not difficult. This is not a difficult task, but a thrilling experience. It's an experience we can have and not be afraid of it. So I'm going to have three different, I call them core teachings. One is self-doubt is natural as hunger. Did I do it? No, I didn't do that. Okay. So we need to normalize doubt. It's not a flaw if it comes up. It's not a spiritual failure if you have it. And it also means that you're not doing something wrong. How many of you drive down the road? I do that. I don't do this as much as I used to, but drive down the road or the freeway and you have this thought that comes in your mind, I'm going to be in an accident. I used to travel a lot, 30,000 miles a year. And I would have those and I would like, oh, we got to reverse that one. I would shift it around. And I was thinking about this week. In my travels back then, I've had in front of me truck tires fly off of a car. I've had cars spinning around me. And I had what's it called when the big truck hijacks or just jack hives, yeah. That's scary. Right behind me as another car, and this is when it just started raining. It's on the 22 freeway. I still remember it. And I see him going like that, like, get out of the way, here I come. Wow. Because he couldn't stop. So my thought, it doesn't make me wrong. It makes me more aware. So self-doubt is as normal as hunger, fatigue, growing, or transition of life. It's something, just know that's just part of life. It's just part of life. So I have three different perspectives, and I'll get into these a little bit, but not a whole bunch. But I think it's important for you to kind of, and I've added to the first one. It says, if someone, they call it a gentle yet challenging perspective. If someone claims they've never experienced self-doubt, we don't see that as spiritual mastery. We might see that as disconnection or denial. And I added to my part here is not wrong, just not explored or willing to reveal. It's like when you do counseling with people, many times they don't want to talk about it right away. So you just let the conversation go until it's the right moment. And usually it's the last 5 minutes of your session. But the truth is you have to open it up. You can't just go, oh, this is the way it's going to be. A neutral perspective, and I've added to this one too, some traditions emphasize transcending doubt entirely. And I thought, now what the heck does that mean? And it means, from what my interpretation was, rise above the mental limitations, fear and insecurity, and shift the perspective. And then how we address this is recognize it as a part of the human experience. We have many human experiences. And one of the nice things about religious science, science mind, is we try to understand what those are. What are those things that are happening to us, and how are we either reacting to it or not paying attention to it, or we're going, no, I want to do this, I'm going to move in that direction. So we're creatively moving in direction. And then the last one is a forward-looking. And what if we trained ourselves not to eliminate doubt, but to interpret it skillfully? That was a big word. Because truth is, we may be growing, we may be stretching, or we may be invited to look at something greater, a bigger picture. So, I'm going to give you my story. You guys like my stories, right?
I want to hear it.
All right. So, let me see if I think I put this on. Okay. So, it would be your left side, is a picture of somebody being absorbed by a big wave. So, when I was a little girl, and this is a true story, when I was a little girl, I was no taller than that. My dad said, we're going to go out into the water. I'm like, okay, Daddy, I'll do whatever you want. And he took me way out into the water. You know, I'm a little nervous as a 5-year-old. Took me way out, and a really big wave hit us. And he let go of me. And I can still, in my head, see myself doing this. And then all of a sudden, this hand grabbed me, and he took me out of the water. And I was so scared. He took me back to the beach. Now, I'm above age, and I live with this all of my life. So every time I go to the beach, I am afraid to go too deep. And so here we are in the most beautiful place in the world, Poipu Beach. And this is exactly where we were. And you'll see where it says possible riptide area.
Oh dear.
Oh dear, that's right. So the truth is, when we got there and we're swimming, there were no fish. It was like, there's nothing happening here. So we kept going around different places. But of course, the last day, there were lots of fish. So I am nervous, and I know I'm nervous when I go into the water. And of course, now I've got, you know, a snorkel on, and I've got this mask on, which I have to have glasses put in so I can see the fish. But the type of snorkel, the mask, doesn't really, you know, stick to your face very well when you do that. Anyway. And you always go out with a buddy, right? Always go out with a buddy. So Cindy and I are out there swimming along, and I see her going over to that riptide area. And I go, and I'm like, I don't trust myself. I don't, I doubt my ability, I should say. And so I had, and this is the last day, and I said to myself, okay, I need to, and I needed to know, I didn't know my talk was about doubt. So this was the first thing that came into my mind when I wanted to do a story. So I had to think about it differently. I had to become different and experience it a different way. Did you want to come out? You can. You okay? Okay. So what was really revealed, the bottom line comes down to, is I had to find where my comfort zone was. And if you look to the, I guess it would be the left, down to the left, there was a little area that was pretty quiet. And so I went in that area. And then I popped my head up and I go, where's Cindy at? You know? And she was popping her head, see where I am, because she knows how nervous I get. So bottom line is I ended up deciding, you know what, I don't have to impress anybody here. I don't have to be Cindy. She kept wanting me to dive with my mask on. I'm like, no. That's a border, I'm not doing that. And she must have asked me 10 times, and I went, no. It was enough for me just to be in the water and to just enjoy what was going on. And to watch, really have time to watch the fish. Watch the fish knock over a rock. I never saw that before. Or see these little tiny puffers, you know, they're black with little dots on them. Lots of dots. And to just finally get myself to feel comfortable in the water. And notice when it was hot and or warm, and then when it chilled out, and then swim back and forth, and you know, watch other people hit me. You know, they have fins on. We all had fins on. The point is just it got busy in there. So the thing is my doubt turned into wisdom. I became more relaxed in the water, and I ended up being in the water for over an hour. For me, which was a long time. I mean, I'm usually like, sucking up the water and saying, I'm ready, my heartburn, I got to go back. But this time I just really worked at just being calm. So that's really taking doubt of oneself or doubt of her abilities or doubt of the environment and saying, I'm going to just bring it down to where I can be there with it. Yeah. Now I give you the stories because I want you to know that this happens to us all the time. We have these little things happen, and we have to do this shift. But it's that perspective shift that moves us over to the other side. And that's the part that gets missed. Now, that's not to say that I don't have other things that happen and that are doubtful and I don't move. I don't move sometimes. And then guess what happens? What happens when you don't move? Anybody?
Nothing changes.
Not, it either pushes you or what'd you say?
Nothing changes.
Nothing changes. You stay the same. So you have to so I want you, when you have this happens, is just do this. What is it I need to do? What's that thing I need, perspective I need to kind of shift in the moment? And then your mind will automatically go there. You don't have to wait. I also want to say one more thing, because this was a discovery after I wrote this story. I mentioned that Cindy wanted me to dive under, and I kept saying no, no, no. This reminded me of my father, because I never got to tell him no. That's a big healing. That no, Daddy, don't take me out there. No, Daddy, I'm scared. Which is something we don't think about. That's an old story that was back there, and it came forward. So Daddy, wherever you are, the answer is no. It's a big one. Another thing about doubt is that sometimes as a spiritual community, and I've heard this, let me just say, sometimes we do what I call a spiritual bypass of our doubt. You know what I mean by that? Yeah. We go, I have to be positive about this. I'm just going to let faith going to take care of me. God's going to take care of this. And we don't talk about it. And when we do that, something actually happens. Unintentionally, people, you, me, others start to hide our feelings. And it becomes like either shame or isolation or disconnection, which isn't what we want. We want to stay connected. This Arthur Riley says, we adorn ourselves with distractions from self, believing we're not safe, loved, or welcome. So instead of healing, we perform. We just do what we have to do to make that other person happy. That doesn't work. It doesn't work. And if you're experiencing this or having feelings about this, think about it. We're here to support you through that too. So, and I know I'm not perfect at this, but one thing that I am hoping that I put in here, I hope that I do this, that we do this, is that creating a space that's safe. I love your prayer. You are here and you are safe. A lot of places aren't like that. You walk in, you get hidden by the crowd, and you just listen as much as you can and you leave. But here, I want to encourage you to say, I'm not sure about this, or I'm struggling. You have no idea how many practitioners I saw on the path to ministry because I was struggling. I didn't understand this at all. I'm questioning, is that true or not true? Or I don't understand. I said that when I was reading this too. I didn't understand this a long time ago. And it's okay. Now I look at it and I go, oh, now I know what he means because I've experienced it. I say this a lot, I think. I can make mistakes and it's okay because we learn together. I like to tell you my mistakes. I make mistakes all the time. You know what? Carl, bless you, Carl. I know you're going to hear this later. He's texting me, you haven't fixed this mistake on the web page. I'm like, okay, Carl. Then he says, and this is not right, too. I go, okay, Carl. So I text him back and said, Carl, I'm on vacation. I promise I'll fix this when I get back. But he opened up. He told me what needed to happen. So not only did I fix it, I went through and cleaned it up.
Right.
And then I sent you all a memo. It says the website looks good now. You know, and so he texted me back, you did a really good job. I said, thank you. I said, because of him, things got fixed. So it's that openness. It's like, yeah, that's possible. But there were mistakes. I used to tell Mama, I make mistakes on purpose so you guys would make them too.
All right.
Right? I did.
Nice.
Because we all make mistakes. We all do. And it's not like, it's like a doubt. It's just something that happens. We do not have to be condemned for those things. We can just kind of be there. I also put here, it's okay to say, I feel this way about this situation. You know, and for a minister, sometimes it's hard for me to hear stuff. But you know what? I have to hear it. And so my door is always open. It's always transparent. I have nothing to hide, and I want everybody here to feel the same way. And I think you all do. Because the point of who we are, and I think Mavi did a great prayer of this, is that we're not only safe, but we're loved, and you're not alone, and I could go on and on and on. It's so cool to walk in here and know that's exactly where I'm walking into. I don't have to think about this. I don't have to doubt it. I don't have to question it. It's just I move into this. Because we're always moving into the possibilities where we can share together, we can question each other, we can be vulnerable. How many people have been in one of my classes and cried? How many people have watched me cry? It's really important that, yeah, it's like, this is how I'm feeling today. And for me, I know sometimes when I get really emotional up here, it's because I can see that that's being held in the room. And it just overwhelms me. It just takes over. But it's okay. It's okay to be vulnerable. Because we're learning from each other. We're learning that we're safe. And we're learning that this is an environment we created. Right? Everyone here. So the last thing I want to talk about is doubt is a doorway to connection and reflection. It's a way for us to go back and forth and go, oh, yeah, I did that. Or like me going back and looking at my history with water. It's like, it's okay. It's an internal shift. Here's that part I was telling you about, allowing doubt and curiosity to live side by side. So I said, here's how you feel, here's how you can focus. I believe I got it up there. Yes. So if you feel shame, become curious. Become curious. If you have fear, explore. What are the options? Me, fear, water. Instead, I said, I'll stay where I'm at, where I feel comfortable, and I'll explore. And I did. I saw all kinds of fish I'd never seen before. I saw one that was the ugliest thing in the world. And I went, why are you so ugly? And it happened to be the Kauai's fish, you know, they're whatever. If you feel isolation, you want to connect. You want to get with somebody. If you feel doubt, having more faith, just shift it a little bit. If you're questioning your feelings, that's a signal for awareness. Oh. How many people have feelings in their bodies?
Yep.
How many of you ignore that?
Yeah, sometimes.
Sometimes, yeah, we do. In fact, Cindy and I walk the dogs every morning, and it's so funny. I'll go, top of my foot hurts. I have no idea why it hurts today. And I'll walk a little bit, and then it goes away. Cindy will go, man, my hands hurt. I go, yeah, arthritis. She says, yeah, I just don't talk about it. Interesting. It's like we have these, as we age, have these feelings in our body. That's a signal to pay attention to them. If you're questioning your faith, trust in the presence, even questioning the path. Question, okay, well, what is that about? What is it I don't have faith about? And dive into it. It's like doing a prayer. When you do a prayer, you know, we don't deny that this doesn't happen, but we go, okay, I recognize this, but I know something greater is unfolding. I'm not sitting on the old. I have another quote. It's Eileen Campbell Reed. She says, we move forward in trust even if we cannot leave our questions and doubts aside. We just keep moving, keep moving. See, because I think that each of you, and what's so fun for me is I do know most of you, I'd say, is I want to know you. I want to know, and for you to know that you're perfect expressions of God. It doesn't matter what your life looks like, you are just it. And you move in your life uniquely, individually, and it's all good. And we have life experiences, and we move together with those. We don't ignore them, we just go, okay, what's next? We can question each other, we can wander about, and we can have doubts. Doubt is not a problem. It's part of the journey. Get that? It's not a problem. It's just part of the journey. And if we can shift that, the journey gets a little bit easier. So I'm going to do a closing. Boy, that was a fast talk today. You guys are going to have to eat a lot of cake.
All right.
So I'm going to do the affirmation today and ask you to close your eyes and think about your own self. And then I'll move us right into a prayer, and we'll have Lesley come back up. So let's take a deep breath together. And I'll say the affirmation 3 times. I accept my doubts as opportunity to learn. I am whole, even in uncertainty. I trust the presence within me is guiding me always. Take another breath in. I accept my doubts as opportunities to learn. I am whole, even in uncertainty. I trust the presence within me is guiding me always. Take another deep breath in. Let it out. I accept my doubts as the opportunity to learn. I'm whole, even in uncertainty. I trust the presence within me is guiding me always. And so I know as we hear these words, we come from a place of knowing that the divine is within us, moving through us and through our lives, our situations, our doubts, our feelings, whatever those may be. That we're always connected to that infinite source that I call God, energy, the universe, infinite intelligence. I'm connected, we are all connected to this infinite presence that moves through us, in us, as us, and through our lives. We are never separated. And so I know and accept today that we came here to learn that doubt is not a bad word, but an experience to have and to understand and to change perspectives, to move into the light of good, because we all deserve it. So I simply give thanks knowing that we're together to hear this and to know this truth and to believe this truth and to march and walk out into the world and to support other people. To know that as we learn this, we give it away and therefore we have embodied it. And so I'm grateful for the divine that moves through this church, this center, through our community, as we are greater as we do things together to help each other and those around us. And so for that, I release these words into the infinite law of mind and of love of self, knowing that as we do this work, we make a difference not only for ourselves, but for everyone. And join me now in saying, and so it is, And that's the way it was. Thank you. I could have made it longer, but I didn't.
I had a realization this week, Reverend Suzette.
Yes.
I don't know any songs about doubt.
That's great.
I don't know one song about doubt.
Good.
So I'm going to sing a song about smiling. When there's a smile on your face, there's a melody in your heart with a singable, happy feeling. What a wonderful way to start to see the world every day with a dee-da-dum-dee-die-die, little melody that is making the worrying world go by. When you walk down the street with a happy-go-lucky beat, you'll find the truth in what I'm repeating. When there's a smile on your face, there's a melody in your heart. What a wonderful way to start the day. When there's a smile on your face, there's a melody in your heart with a singable, happy feeling. What a wonderful way to start to see the world every day with a dee-da-dum-dee-die-die, little melody that is making the worrying world go by. When you walk down the street with a happy-go-lucky beat, you'll find the truth in what I'm repeating. When there's a smile on your face, there's a melody in your heart. What a wonderful way to start the day. No doubt songs.
No doubt songs. Works for me. You know, I looked in the science of my textbook for the word doubt. I could not believe how many times it's in there. 1, 2, and adding doubts. There's probably about 20 words, 20 sections in the book that you can go and read about it. And if you don't understand something, call me up and we'll talk about it. And then I looked up illusions because I thought, well, that's an interesting, because, you know, doubts are illusions in so many cases. Just something we make up.
So is this the Science of Mind?
Science Mind textbook. If you do not have one, I have a bunch in the back. Be happy to give you one. Okay? You want to have that one. But do not read it from front to back. You read it. If you do that, read for glimmers. Or just open up a page and see what he says. It's just incredible.
Skip around.
Yeah. Find what works for you, is what I would say. All right, so this is our time of giving and receiving. And you should have an envelope with a card inside of that. We're going to give you a few minutes to write out a prayer request, and then I'll bring that up and we'll do the collection and keep your prayer requests separate so they can keep that organized. Okay. A lot of love this week. I love it. to my mic. If you got the newsletter, which you did, I don't know if you had time to look it over, but I did do quite a few different things this time. I put the calendar of who's speaking for the next 4 months. So you have it right there. Real easy. You can find it. Here I took care of it. I'm going to get you a notebook. You're cute. So that's in there, which is a lot easier. I want to remind everybody, we're going to start selling tickets probably the middle of May for this concert. And they're $25 for adults, thank you, and $20 for anyone over 65, and $10 for children, so if you want to bring kids. It'll be a really, really, really good concert. And then Marcy Baroche, who we've had here before, will be here again on Sunday. And so it's kind of exciting to have her back. Whoop. Oops, excuse me. I didn't hide. Let's see here. I did renew the website, so I was told there were some links that didn't work, so they should work now. Yay, fix that. We have lots of classes happening here. So, and I will start, I think it's I'm going to do the prosperity class again, and that will be probably the fourth Wednesday of the month, of this month. I have some other things happening that I need to get done first, so we'll be doing that. Gio will be changing his meditation program. He's going to do Tuesdays forever, and then Saturday will be the first 2 Saturdays, so yesterday and next Saturday. Then he's taking the rest of the month off, and Saturdays off. One's for his birthday this month. By the way, who has a birthday this month? Anybody? One? And Gio. Anybody else? No? Well, as soon as I'm done here, we'll do it, okay? Let me just get this done.
What time is Gio's thing on Saturday?
It's at, I believe it's at 6:30.
First Saturday is Anthony.
Right, first Saturday is Anthony, so just this coming next Saturday will be the only time. Thank you. And but then I've asked him to do the last Sunday of the month after the service. And so, and we are going to charge, this guy is so nice, he doesn't ask for anything, but I'm going to ask for us to just support him. And so it'll be the last Sunday of the month. I'm sorry, the fourth Sunday of the month. The fifth Sunday is Practitioner Sunday. I cannot let that one go. And we have Death Cafe here, so we won't be doing that. And then obviously we have lots and lots and lots of classes. And Anthony was busy last night, I'm sure. Yes? With those that came. And I think that's all I need to tell you about. But that's good stuff. All right, so I'm going to pray over the offering. So I'm going to ask you, if you would, just to kind of close your eyes and hold the light while I just take a moment to look at these. If you can play some background. And so as I bring us back into the sanctuary of love, I'm knowing that we're absolutely connected in every form that you can imagine. In our hearts, in our words, in our thoughts. Spirit is right here, right now, moving in and as and through each of us. And so I know, here and now, that each one of us are connected to that still small voice. It's always there. It's about bringing that silence to ourselves and allowing that voice to come forward and saying, I hear you. So if anyone is struggling with that, I would just say, be still and know. Be still and know and allow. And then that voice will come back. And it may take a while, but just know that voice is always there. It is never, ever gone. I'm knowing that if anyone is taking any kind of medication that seems kind of off, we just settle into the truth that it's for us. It's for our well-being. It's for our growth. It's for us. And so we move into the essence of any of that medication, knowing that it's moving to our behalf. I'm knowing that if anyone is experiencing any kind of illness, whether that's family having that or individually having that there is relief. There is peace in the body. There is a truth that's higher than anything we could ever imagine, and that being that we're perfect, whole, and complete here and now, and so is anyone that we know that needs that. There's no division in the body. There's an awareness. And I know and accept that each person is paying attention to that. I'm knowing for everyone here and for the world a higher consciousness of peace. A higher consciousness of knowing that as we are together, we are stronger together, and that we bring peace to our lives, to our families' lives, to our community's life, to the world. And as we do that work ourselves, and more of us do that, it starts to happen. Peace happens. So I'm claiming that today, that we are in that flow of peace and harmony and love, and that humanity stands up for itself in the same, in that peace, that harmony and love. And I'm claiming for everyone here, in so many different ways, abundance. One of the qualities of God that is ever flowing in every way, in every thought that we have, in everything that we see and experience in the world, there's an abundance coming back to us because we believe in the word, in the meaning of abundance of all. Abundance of love, abundance of money, abundance of food, abundance of community. It just expands and expands and expands. And as I do this, I offer a blessing to the offering, knowing that we are an abundant organization. That what we do is we invest in each other, and we invest in the outer world with these donations. And we make a difference together in a bigger, better way. And so I know as we give, we receive. And as I say this every single time, we don't just get a little of God, we get all of it. We get all of Spirit that moves through our lives and in our lives in all the different ways. And so for that, I am grateful. I'm grateful to be able to stand here, to be a part of this abundance and a part of this love, knowing that as I give, you give, we give it to everybody, and it's good. And for that, I release these words into the abundance of love and light and peace, knowing that it's happening right here, right now. And join me in saying, and so it is. And so it is. Thank you. Wow. All right. So, what do we do next? We do our affirmation. So I'm going to have you stand up. Oh, no, we have to do happy birthday. Sylvia, you get to come in center stage, and we get to sing to you. Come on up here. Yeah. Is today your birthday?
It's actually on the 25th. So
25th.
you can sing to me every single Sunday.
All right, okay, every Sunday. Ready? Get it.
Dance for us.
Sing right, and I will.
No, come on, no.
I have to
Hit it.
behave.
She does.
Here we go. Ready,
1, 2, 3.
Sylvia?
It's ready.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Sylvia. Happy birthday to you.
too, so you better get some of it.
I will.
I will too.
Okay.
You know me and cake.
I know.
it,
It's a 4-letter word.
oh, it is. She's bad today. All right, let's do our affirmation. Ready? Here we do it. I am an expression of God, born into the richness and abundance of the indwelling presence. Today I walk upon my world, consciously creating within and around me. And so it is. Echo, echo, echo. We all got it, right? Then let's sing our, let the
Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me. Let there be peace on earth, the peace that was meant to be. With God as our power, loved ones all are we. Let us walk with each other in perfect harmony. Let peace begin with me. Let this be the moment now. With every step I take, let this be my joy you vow. To take each moment and live each moment in peace eternally. Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me. Let peace begin with me. Oh, let peace begin with me.
good job. Let's bring back the old days. Yes.
So I wanted to, I think I'm ready.